Hello everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. Today is Paper Crafting Saturday and I'm Leslie Watkins. I hope you're well. I hope you've been busy painting up a storm and making all sorts of wonderful things for Valentine's Day. I was a participant in a wonderful swap last week and I got 40 incredible cards from a very talented group of paper crafters. And the person who organized the swap was Carol Hickman, and she included this beautiful little gift with the cards when she returned them, and I just love this little treat holder. And it's kind of a triangular stand-up treat holder. It'll stand on a table, so if you want to use it as a place card holder for your dinner guest, you could certainly do that. She has it filled with Hershey's Kisses, but anything could go in there. She's just using one of the little gusseted bags, and I will have all the supplies listed below, so if you're interested in reproducing this, you can do so. And she's using this really nice Highland Heather cardstock. See if you can see the color, there you go, and the Hydrangea DSP. But I wanted to do it with the Dragonfly Garden because I really like that paper. So let's get started. So here's our little treat box. It looks like that. Okay. Excuse me. I get a sip of coffee. Okay, and excuse me. I'm just checking to make sure that we're live, and we are. Okay, so I've measured the width, and it is 3 inches wide. And I have some sloppy notes here, some of the other measurements. So I'm going to begin with the trimmer. And this is where all good things begin. If you don't have a trimmer like this, and most specifically this Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you're going to have, it's not going to be as easy for you to make all these things. This trimmer is terrific. And not only can you cut perfect cuts, but you can also score. And we're going to do a bunch of scoring now. And this is my first time making this box, so I've got my fingers crossed that I've written everything down correctly. So the first score, so this is a piece of cardstock. It's 11 inches long by 3 inches. And the first score is at 1.5. And then 2 3/4. Oops, I'm looking in the wrong place. Hold on. It's 1.5, then it's 5 1/4. We're going to need the arm here, so I'm just going to open this up. So 5 1/4. And then 6 1/4, 7 1/4, and then we're going to cut it at 10 3/4. So we're just taking that little bit off. Now, before we go any further, let me fold this up, make sure that it's coming together correctly. So the 1.5 inch piece comes over this way, and then the 5 1/4 But then for the 6 1/4, we're going to fold it the opposite way, and then again the 7 1/4. Okay, so that's a little, looks like I'm a little bit off there. So what happened, I can tell you what happened. Because it's hard for me to see with the camera, and I didn't want to get my head in the way of the view, I didn't measure this spot exactly right. Okay, because it's hard to see. The lines are there for 6 1/4, but because they happen to fall in that area where the white doesn't show, it's hard to see. So when you do this, you be careful to get it right at the 6 1/4. Okay, I got it at 6 1/8. So I'm not going to let that stop me. All right, it's on the bottom, and it's not that big of a deal. So this is the way it goes together. Okay, so we've got kind of a W fold at the bottom. You see that? It makes kind of a W. And then this little flap on the top. And now all we're going to do is decorate it. This is very easy. So I have some DSP already cut to size. So I'm just going to glue that down. So here's my flap. This color is Blackberry Bliss, and for some reason I'm really in love with Blackberry Bliss these days. Partly I think because we have a new ribbon that coordinates perfectly with our cardstock. And that looks like this. I'll show you. It's this wonderful kind of striped ribbon. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's just, it's really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to give that a good burnish. There's my flap. And then I have my DSP. I've got 2 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and those are for the inside. And then I have 2 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and those are for the outside. So let's do the outside first. And you want to make sure, because this paper is directional, that you get it with the the top up, so it's right side up. And this front flap is going to be positioned down towards the bottom. Okay. And here's the back flap. And I'm leaving a little bit of space up here, and you'll see why in just a minute. And then the inside. So this designer series paper, or DSP, is called Dragonfly, or Dandy's Garden. Dandy Garden, I think. And these little projects are a great way to use up your scraps. There we go. And if you were interested in purchasing any of these things, for every $50 of product that you buy, you get a free, you get to select from a free product now until the end of February. So this is a great time to get some of your basic supplies. So if you are new to paper crafting and maybe you need a paper trimmer or a really good pair of paper snips or a bone folder, you can get those things and then get a free stamp set or paper to go with it. So I will post all that information below. If you need help placing an order, I'd be happy to help you. Just contact me with an email or direct message me, and I will help you select what you need. You can pick anything you like. It's completely up to you, but if you need a little help, I'd be happy to do that. All right, so there is our DSP on there. Okay. And now that I'm looking at it, you know what? I think, let me measure this. I think I didn't have to cut off that. Yeah, that's 3.5. No, I'm gonna redo the measurements on this one because I think I could do it a little bit differently. But anyway, it's very cute. There's our little box, and you can see here that I have left a little space so it's not quite so bulky, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm going to punch 2 holes. So about 1 inch in from the sides. Okay, and then I can line that up and get that exactly where I want it. Right there. Okay, so it's takes a little bit of time to get these holes exactly where you want them, but just line it up. It's easy to do. And then the same thing again this way. There we go. So now I can take a piece of my ribbon and I can just thread that through there. This is the hardest part of the whole procedure. And it helps if you cut your ribbon at an angle so you have a nice little point that you can poke right through your hole like so. And if you had your gusseted cellophane bag in there, you would let the ribbon just thread right through that as well. Okay, so I'm just getting my ribbon untwisted, make sure it's nice and smooth. That looks good. Now I'm just going to tie that with a bow. Now, because it's so close to Valentine's Day, I thought it'd be cute to include a little heart on the box or holder. So there it is. Okay, very sweet. And what I'm going to do is I have my heart punches. Okay, and these come as a set. And get a little scrap of paper here. And using the Blackberry Bliss ink to match the cardstock, I'm going to use this stamp for a true friend. And this is from the Dragonfly Garden set that corresponds with the paper. I'm going to cut that out with my heart punch. And then I'm going to take my scalloped heart punch and I'm going to cut out a Blackberry Bliss heart. Get those mounted together. There we go. And I'm looking for my dimensionals here. And I don't want this heart to overlap the flap. Actually, it could tuck in there. That wouldn't be the worst thing. All right, so I am going to just turn it on its side a little tiny bit. All right, and then I have ready to go here one of the dragonflies, and I've heat embossed this to give it that beautiful sparkle, and I had used Versamark ink on vellum, so it has that kind of dragonfly translucent wing look. And again, I'm going to take a dimensional, but this time I'm going to take a long piece, and I've just sort of cut along the edge here to get these long skinny pieces. We'll put one piece up near his head and another piece on his tail. And I want to just make sure that those wings have a little bit of a curl and that this is folded up. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Put it right like that. And then finally, I have the iridescent pearls. Now these are a retired item. You could certainly use a rhinestone or any of the other pearls. But since I have these handy and because they remind me of dragonflies, I thought I'd use a couple of these. So I'm just going to use that on the dragonfly body, and I'm going to put 3 of them. Oops. One more. And there's our cute box. So I think this would make a very nice present to give to somebody for Valentine's, with some chocolate in there. Could be Hershey Kisses. You could even fit a Ferrero Rocher. I just happen to have one handy here, so you could fit 2 of those in there easily. So anything you like. And I just think that's so pretty. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay well, stay safe, and stay creative. And I will see you next time. Let me just get this so you can see it better. Here you go. All right.